In the picturesque town of Wingham, Canada, nestled among lush greenery and quaint streets, an insidious transformation began to unfold, shattering the illusion of peace and harmony. It all started innocently enough, or so it seemed, when the military announced surprise wellness checks for residences across Wingham. Concerned citizens welcomed the initiative, believing it to be a gesture of care and protection from their government. Little did they know that this seemingly benevolent act would set a precedent for intrusive surveillance and control. As the military conducted their wellness checks, entering homes without warning or consent, unease spread through the community like wildfire. Residents felt violated, their sense of privacy stripped away under the guise of safety. Emboldened by the lack of resistance, the bylaw enforcement in Wingham began to overstep their bounds with impunity. Violating private property rights became a routine occurrence, as officers barged into homes and businesses under flimsy pretenses. They asserted their authority with arrogance, claiming they held more power than even the local police force. To reinforce their control over private property, the bylaw enforcement agency expanded its ranks, hiring more staff for enforcement purposes. With an increased presence in the town, they intensified their surveillance and monitoring, casting a shadow of fear over the once peaceful streets of Wingham. Reports emerged of police officers illegally surveilling citizens and conducting searches without warrants, trampling on individual rights and liberties without remorse. The very people entrusted with upholding the law had become its most egregious violators, wielding their authority like a weapon against the very citizens they were sworn to protect. Meanwhile, at the Wingham Town Hall, a sinister agenda was silently unfolding. Council meetings became a farce of democracy as questions were banned, dissent silenced under the guise of maintaining order. Those who dared to challenge the authority of the council by filming public meetings were swiftly arrested on suspicions of disrupting the peace, their voices silenced in the name of maintaining control. The police force, once seen as pillars of the community, had morphed into agents of oppression. Advocating for extreme measures, they openly endorsed the killing of criminals who dared to break into homes, urging residents to take matters into their own hands in the name of self-defense. They advocated for trespassing and violating the law, blurring the lines between justice and tyranny. As the grip of surveillance tightened, Wingham announced the installation of security cameras on every pole and in parking lots, turning the once idyllic town into a dystopian nightmare. Citizens found themselves under constant surveillance, their every move monitored and scrutinized by an ever-watchful eye. To add insult to injury, the judges, councillors, and police in Wingham made it clear that anyone caught recording them in the performance of their duties would face arrest. Yet, they continued to record citizens without their consent, perpetuating a double standard in transparency and accountability that left the people feeling powerless and oppressed. Amidst the growing sense of despair and hopelessness, whispers of rebellion began to echo through the streets of Wingham. The once peaceful town had become a battleground for freedom and democracy, as the residents grappled with the choice between submission and defiance. As the sun set on another day in Wingham, the shadows of oppression loomed large over the town, casting a pall of fear and uncertainty over its inhabitants. The future of Wingham hung in the balance, teetering on the brink of oblivion as the forces of authoritarianism tightened their grip on power.